I'm gonna miss my little girl.
The numbers are frightening, and the stories are all too real. I'm Karen Devine. That's why KMIR6 is bringing you the new driver car control clinic to keep your teen drivers smart on the road. It's a 2-day life-saving program that teaches your teen to make split-second decisions behind the wheel. And the best part? Parents and their kids will learn to drive safely together. Log on to our website at KMIR6.com for more information. Protect your family. This small investment could one day save your teen's life.
Well, do you have a teenager who is learning how to drive? It can be a pretty scary time for parents. 1 in 4 teenagers crashes in their first year of driving. So KMIR6 is holding a special new driver car control clinic for parents and teenagers. Teenagers must have a learner's permit to participate. At the in-car sessions offered, parents and teens will receive intensive hands-on instruction. These life-saving skills are not taught in traditional driver's education classes. The clinics will be held on 2 consecutive weekends in May. Well, think of this statistic. The average 16-year-old soccer player receives 1,500 hours of coach soccer practice, but only 50 hours of driving experience before getting behind the wheel of a car. That's a telling sign of why there are so many teen driver accidents in this country. The KMIR6 reporter Tanya McRae is live tonight on Highway 111 to explain about a program that's trying to change all of that tonight. Tanya.
Well, Tom, if you've ever driven in a car with a teenager who just got their learner's permit, this might not surprise you, but 1 in 4 teenagers crashes their car within the first year of driving. So in an effort to keep them and those of us on the road with them a little bit safer, KMIR6 has joined up with more than 20 other agencies across the desert to endorse a new driver car control clinic. We see the images almost every day on the news. Mangled metal, cars crumpled, serious and way too often fatal accidents. And more often, these accidents are caused by teen drivers. 1 teenage driver is injured in a car crash every 55 seconds. 1 is killed in a car crash every 64 minutes. The cause may not be what you think. What do you think the biggest problems are with teen drivers?
Speeding, lack of focus. Talking on the phone while you're driving, texting while you're on the phone, anything involved with the phone, and probably changing music.
The fact is, it's not phones, music, or even drugs or alcohol that cause most teen driver accidents. 85% of all teen crashes are driver error. The most fundamental problem with teen drivers is their lack of behind-the-wheel experience. They really need to learn hands-on all of the different driving situations under every circumstance and how to handle them. Of the teen drivers who are killed in car crashes, 80% of them die because of a driving mistake they could have learned not to make. And that's why a teen driving car control clinic is being held here in the desert. Teens will learn defensive driving skills and accident avoidance maneuvers, and they'll learn it while they're actually behind the wheel. There are 2 weekend sessions to choose from, May 13th and 14th or May 20th and 21st. The only requirements? Teens need a learner's permit, families bring their own car, and the tuition is $149. Now, car control clinic grads actually have 70% fewer crashes than their peers who don't take this kind of a class. So if you would like more information about the 2 clinics happening here in May, log on to our website at KMIR6.com. Reporting live in Palm Desert, Tanya McRae for KMIR6 News.
Car crashes are the #1 killer of teens, and just last weekend, a teenage girl died in a car crash.
Investigating a fatal crash.
Don't let your teen become a statistic.
It's a nightmare.
Thursday on KMIR6 News at 11 after an all-new ER.
I'm Karen Devine. We'll pinpoint the dangers for teen drivers, and we'll show you how you can keep your teen safe on the road.
It would be helpful.
It's a special KMIR6 News report that could one day save your teen's life. Teen driving safety. Thursday on KMIR.
For most kids, turning 16 and getting a driver's license is a rite of passage. If you are the parent of a teenage driver, you know what it's like. They borrow the car while you worry. That's because 1 in 4 teenage drivers crashes a car in their first year of driving.
Even scarier is this statistic. The driver fatality rate for 16-year-olds is 9 times the rate of drivers between 30 and 60 years old. And 85% of all teen drivers crashes there are caused by driver error. Now, just last Friday, a Palm Desert teenager died after losing control of her car on Interstate 10. Well, tonight, the father of that teenager has a message for parents of young drivers. KMIR6 reporter Jackie Nguyen has that story.
Anyways, the poem goes, I am home in heaven, dear ones, oh so happy and so bright.
His tears come easily, his pain still so fresh and deep. Mike Hernandez's daughter Sarah was just 18 years old. Now she's gone.
She was a positive influence on everybody that knows, and my baby had a lot of love in her to give, and all she wanted was to be loved.
Sarah's life ended last Friday night. In the blink of an eye, Sarah lost control of her SUV while driving home to Palm Desert. She was trying to change lanes going 90 miles per hour. When she nearly hit another car, she jerked the steering wheel, losing control and causing her Toyota to roll over and over again. Even though she was wearing her seatbelt, she never had a chance. Her head struck the pavement as the SUV rolled. She died at the scene from massive head trauma. Sarah Jasmine Hernandez is now another sad statistic. A teenager is killed in a car crash every 65 seconds.
It's just devastating, to lose your child, and it's like, you stop and you think, what could I have done to prevent this from happening? And
unfortunately, Sarah's story is not unique, and Mike Hernandez is not the only parent in the valley to suffer the loss of a child in a car crash.
It's just awful to get a phone call and that your kid, you need to come to the hospital or that you have to come to the morgue.
Olivia Hernandez lost her daughter Rosalie in February of 2003. Rosalie and 3 Banning High School friends were on a girls' night out. According to the CHP, the 17-year-old driver was driving too fast going into a curve. She lost control of her car, crashing and rolling over several times. Rosalie, Tiffany Lamb, and Danielle Peterson were all killed.
The young kids love to drive fast, and that's even scary.
Law enforcement officials say the combination of youth, speed, and inexperience behind the wheel too often results in tragedy. Experts say teenagers don't feel vulnerable. Their inexperience adds to their sense of being fearless and indestructible. They don't realize they're driving dangerously, and they don't think of the consequences.
You not only have the vehicle that you're responsible for, your life, but the lives of other people, not only in the car with you, but those on our roadways and those who are pedestrians. It's just a tremendous responsibility.
Riverside County Under Sheriff Neil Lingle has seen too many crashes to count in his long law enforcement career. But there is one crash he will never forget. It was the crash that took the life of his 19-year-old son, Matthew Lingle. Matthew was a passenger in a friend's car when they crashed on Monterey Avenue in Palm Desert. In the nearly 5 years since the death of his son, Lingle has been on a mission to educate other parents about the dangers of teen driving. He says that training is the key to ensure their teens are prepared when they get behind the wheel. That's why he supports a teen driver car control clinic offered in May and sponsored by KMIR6.
It exceeds just the teen driving in terms of them going through basic driving skills in driving school.
The Teen Driving Clinic is a 2-day course. Day 1 involves a classroom-style setting where they go through a workbook and a video. Day 2, they get hands-on experience. They get behind the wheel of a car and are put to the test with real-life situations. Students team up with a parent and are given situations that teach them defensive driving skills. The program includes accident avoidance maneuvers, braking, steering, and eye management. The students also learn how to drive in wet weather. Lingle says more training means more experience for teen drivers. This helps them better understand the dangers of the road and enforces the need to be a safe and responsible driver.
I don't think we can do too much to get young people prepared for the responsibility of driving and everything that comes with it.
Take the time to teach your kid, man, because, if there's something that if there's some way that you can make your kid stronger, smarter, somehow be more prepared to deal with any surprises that might endanger them, hey, the more info they have, the better.
In Palm Desert, Jackie Nguyen, KMIR6 News.
Well, because of budget restrictions, many driving courses in schools are being cut from the curriculum. So we here at KMIR6, as we were saying, are teaming up with local police agencies and companies in the valley to make sure your teenager learns the ABCs of defensive driving.